All right, everybody. We've got Brownie post game live from Cleveland itself.
Hey
We are,
guys, how you doing? Go Brownies.
we are here in the Marriott. I'm looking right at First Energy Stadium, right out of my window right here, and yeah, today is gonna be today's gonna be a fun one. We got into Cleveland yesterday. It's a Halloween game, ready to rock and roll. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, it's our first time at this stadium. We've been to the old one years and years and years ago. So we're going to do a little tailgating after this show is over and meet up with some friends. Some are going to be in the dog pound. Some are going to be up in sections near us. Um, I'm looking out, as Mike said, I'm looking out the window and you can see a big flag right in front of the stadium that's blowing very hard, and it should be like 16 miles an hour by game time, which around 1 o'clock. And so the team that has the wind in the fourth quarter or whenever they're kicking the ball towards the dog pound is going to have a significant advantage. And conversely, if you're going the other way and you're kicking into a 15 to plus mile an hour wind, you're going to be at a serious disadvantage whenever you try to, kick a long field goal. So other than that, the weather is going to be 55 degrees, mild, overcast, maybe a sun, breaking through a little bit. So it's not going to be an uncomfortable game to watch in person. No rain in the forecast. So we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, we got into Cleveland yesterday. We got in there and we came in, flew into town, short flight. Weather's been okay. It's been a little overcast, a little overcast and a little rainy here and there.
Right.
But got in, went to the pro shop, made some purchases, then had lunch with Restano and his wife, and had dinner with my cousin last night. So we've had a good trip so far. Took it easy last night. We didn't go nuts partying or anything like that. We just caught some of the Ohio State game here from the hotel room, then passed out a little bit early, trying to get ready for the big day today.
Yeah.
Woke up and had breakfast, and we're like, just getting ready for the stream. Rostano may be joining us at some point. I've got the Zoom call up, so he may be dialing in at some point to give us some thoughts on what's going on as well. But yeah, and I realize, guys, this is an early pregame show, and it may be even a little bit, a little bit jumpy when it comes to the frame rate here. I can already tell because of the hotel Wi-Fi is like dropping frames, but we're gonna do our best. From a weather report standpoint, Dad, I know that you had looked at what it's going to be like today. What's the most updated weather that you've seen?
Well, this morning when we were at breakfast, it looks like 16 miles an hour gusts, pretty steady. I mean, it's not like it's gusting out there now. It's just the flag is just ripping to the right, and it's up around, the height of the stadium is where the flag is. So up at that level that it's really, really moving. Coming off the lake, maybe we get a squall or two. Who knows? It's so fast moving. But the temperature will be nice, so that's good. And it did rain last night, so the field is probably wet. They probably didn't cover it. So again, advantage Browns with the running game with Chubb back. So the weather will play into that. And it's really just a question of hopefully Baker not trying to do too much with one arm and a forcing situation. Ben is going to throw the ball. I don't think they can run on us, so he's going to throw the ball probably 25 times in the first half, 25 in the second. Mm-hmm. Obviously, with the wind, he can throw the deep ball. Against the wind, he's going to have a hard time. The ball's just going to float up there and just hold and if he tries to throw it long. But his pattern over the last couple of games starting the season has been to throw short. So he throws, 10 5-yard dink passes. The wind should not be a factor in that. So we can get to him a little bit, put some pressure on him, sack him, make him fumble, clearly that playoff game that we beat them, everything went our way at the first quarter with the tips and the fumbles and the bad snap over his head, et cetera, et cetera. We can't expect that again. Two games in a row. I asked Mike. I said, "When's the last time we won 3 games against the Steelers in a row?" And neither one of us can remember. So this if we can win today, this will break a record that goes back quite a ways, probably in terms of win streaks against the Steelers, and maybe set the pattern going forward that that we have a team that's going to win these key games. And no sooner do we get off the field, hopefully no injuries, than we start up against the Bengals the following week. So there's no respite at this point. These 2 games coming up are critical. And if we can take 2 of them, we're right in the driver's seat where we want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And from a looking at the wind, the wind looks like it's ripping right now. I mean, I'm looking at an American flag that's right over the courthouse, and I mean, it is moving. So I know this is a really tricky place to kick, as my dad was saying. There could be a lot of crazy stuff going on here. So hopefully we defer. If we win the kick, if we win the toss, well, if we win the toss, we want to take the ball, because then they'll have to take the ball in the second half, and we'll be able to pick the wind in the second half. Right. So we want to win the kickoff or the coin flip.
So it'll be interesting to see. That'll be the first key thing that happens is for us with this wind condition. The flipping of the coin. So we'll see if we get off to a good start, or if we lose the coin toss, and which way they decide to go, which they think is more important, deferring or having the wind in the fourth quarter. You can deal with wind, through 3 quarters, but when it gets down to crunch time, these games are coming down to field goals. Make them, don't make them, record field goals, easy extra points missed. I mean, hopefully Stefanski, dials it back a little bit. If he gets a chance to take the points, he takes them. Nothing wrong with taking points, unless you're way behind and you really have to go for it on fourth, and you need to catch up. But early in the game, take the points. Even if you score a touchdown, chances are you need 2 scores to win the game. You need to go up by 2 scores, and a field goal is a score. So let's hope that he's a smart guy, and I have a lot of faith in him, especially after last year. So hopefully they'll do the right thing, and hopefully our ground game works, and Chubb comes back full strength, and that'd be great to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at the going back down to kind of the injury report here, it looks like Peoples-Jones is out. LeCount is out from disciplinary reasons. Peoples-Jones is out with a groin injury. He didn't practice all week. And we got, what do we got here? And Denzel Ward is out, which we knew. The only person out for the Steelers is Eric Ebron. And they have a doubtful Melvin Ingram, the third linebacker, who did not practice on Friday, was limited all week with a groin injury. So Melvin Ingram, the third, may not play for them. I don't know how critical that is. But from an injury report standpoint, I think, thank you, Scuba. I think we're going to be pretty good. I mean, we've got the full strength Clowney, although Clowney did not practice pretty much all week, and did not practice he didn't practice all week, and it's just as questionable. So he's not listed as out yet. That's probably going to be a game time decision on Clowney, but if we have Clowney and Myles Garrett both attacking Ben Roethlisberger, I think that's going to be pretty good, because I don't think they can stop. I don't think they can get the run game going.
Let's hope not.
They've had a hard time all year with that.
Yeah,
the Steelers.
I think we can stop them on defense. If Roethlisberger doesn't get super lucky and make his escapes, we don't have to worry about him being Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, he's
not going to scramble on us. He might shake off somebody, and he's one hit away from going down, just like Baker. Hopefully Stefanski comes up with a game plan that makes Baker move, especially to his right, which will be easier for him to throw. A lot of play action. and keep him from getting hit. I mean, he's one hit away from losing him for the whole season. Hopefully Stefanski knows that, is going to come up with a game plan that's going to work. Go from there.
Yeah, guys, I just turned off the link bot, so I don't know what was going on. I don't know why the bot's like deleting all these things, so I just turned it off. So chat should be back to normal. Yeah, so in terms of injuries, I think we're fine. I think this is going to be with JOK out, with Denzel Ward, possibly Jadeveon Clowney. I mean, those are three key players on defense, but I think we can beat the Steelers. With this limited skeleton crew. I really do. I think that no matter what the Steelers bring at us today, I think we're going to be up for it. I know we saw Baker tweeting out yesterday that he wants the stadium to be loud. I know we're going to be rocking and rolling. We're going to be in section 335 today, which is like club level, about 35-yard line. We're excited about that. It's the first time my dad and I have been to First Energy Stadium.
Right.
We're looking at. I can't stop looking. We're on the 23rd floor here. We have a lake view, in the Marriott, the Key Tower Marriott, and we walked in and we saw that view of the stadium, and unobstructed, just complete shot right to the stadium.
Yeah, when the lights come on at night, they're on partially. They haven't lit it up totally yet.
Yeah.
But Mike was able to take a picture with his new camera on his new phone, and it came out great. I mean, just like we're a really high quality photo that we can tweet out to everybody, and so it's great to be 2 blocks away. Even if the weather turned bad, we can get back to the hotel no problem, and hopefully we'll have decent weather for our tailgating. We've never tailgated at a Browns game before, so this will be fun because we have friends who are going to be there, and so they're going to introduce
You're
us.
rocking the Chubb today. Chubb jersey's coming out,
and so it's going to be really, really. It's been fun so far, and I'm looking for more fun this afternoon.
Now I tweeted this out too. This is actually pretty special. I'll see if I can get this close enough to the webcam. But this is the official pin of the game today, which has got a little scary.
Go for it, Mike.
I think this was $12.
So it'll
$12.
either be a lot more valuable in by 4:00 this afternoon, or it'll be a something that gets stuffed in the closet.
I'm gonna put it, maybe I should put it on the hat like that.
Yeah,
just put it right up on there.
So,
good to go for for the Halloween game.
Great memento if they win this game today.
Yeah, we went over to the pro shop yesterday and picked up a whole bunch of good brown swag. Pretty much probably overbought stuff, but it is what it is.
And Ristano bought what jersey did he buy?
Oh, Ristano got the elite Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, the elite one, the really expensive one.
Yeah, over $300.
$320.
Good Lord.
And they have, it's really nice, but I got to tell you that, it is, you can get married in that thing,
Wow.
$320.
And his wife didn't flinch at all. She's right there picking out
Laura
stuff.
loves it.
And,
Laura loves. She's.
My wife would give me a hard time, but $300 for a jersey.
You could get a nice, fine, tailored suit for $320.
Yeah.
But that's
he may
awesome.
wear it today. He's debating whether he wants to break it out because after this it goes in the closet and it's never touched again.
I doubt Ristano's gonna be wearing it. I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna wear the Baker today, the Baker Color Rush that I got him. So, but let's talk about score prediction. I know we're ripping through here, but guys, we got to be ready. We got to get ready for the game.
Well, I'll give you mine right off the bat. It's very, very scientific. I studied this backwards and forwards, and as I got to the room the other night, I looked, and we were in room 2317, and therefore. That is my prediction, 23-17.
23-17. I'm going to go, I'm going to say Browns 30, Steelers, Steelers 19.
Okay, good.
Throw a weird number out there. 30-19. I think we score points today. I think we have the full complement of the offense. I think we do well. I think the defense does as well as they need to do today for that, right? So I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game because I think the weather is going to be a factor, but I don't know. I mean, would love to get your score predictions in there, guys. Go ahead and toss them into the chat. But I'm looking at the stadium. It looks like I can see people that are down there already getting ready to tailgate. I can see the parking lots getting full. Cars are driving around down there. We're a block and a half away from the dang stadium. So, I mean, I can physically see anything. I can't see the Muni lot. I can't see like where the tailgating is happening, but I can definitely see there's some activity that's happening around the stadium.
Yeah, the city was, we moved around a little bit last night. The city had a lot of people, a lot of energy, a lot of Brown stuff, a couple of, Pittsburgh people, a couple of people from Pittsburgh in the hotel here with us. And there's a gigantic Hyatt that's just around the corner. And they have on probably the 40 or 50th floor an outside bar.
The Hilton.
Hilton, not Hyatt. And that would be great to go up there and take some pictures from that. You can almost look down into the stadium. It's that high and that close. So maybe on a future trip we'll get a chance to go over there. We'll do the post game after the game, and then we head out early tomorrow morning and head back to Florida.
Troy says Hunt gets 1 TD, Chubb gets 2, Jarvis gets 1, and Baker runs 1 in. Wow, okay. We're going to go to a live tailgate. We're going to go down to Top Dog Tailgate right off of third and right after you get underneath the overpass. So we're going to head over there, hang out with some of the guys. John Schlegel is coming up from Columbus. He's driving up right now. I don't know if he's tuned into the show or not, but John and one of his friends, Andrew's coming up, so we're going to meet them. We're going to meet up with Rostano and his wife, do some tailgating. Oh, there you go. John's here. He made it. How's it going, John? Welcome. He's telling everybody we're hanging out, doing we're about to go to the tailgate. John, are you here officially, or are you still driving? I'd love to know. Is he? I didn't know. So I mean, I think from a score perspective, I think we win this game, guys. I think, it's the Steelers. It's historically we haven't done well against the Steelers, obviously, but this is a different team. This is a different Ben Roethlisberger. This is a different Browns, and this is pretty much a must-win for us if we want to stay competitive here in the AFC North. We got, the Jets play the Bengals. The Bengals have a layup today. And
with a backup quarterback since Wilson is out and Flacco hasn't had enough time to really get comfortable with the Jets. He'll only come in an emergency if this kid White goes down. Bengals defense is playing well. And obviously Burrow is playing well on the offensive side. So I don't expect an upset by the Jets today, but on any given Sunday in the NFL, you don't show up to play, you take it for granted, and before you know it, you're losing 14-0, and you're in a big uphill battle. So, we can't count on the Jets to help us here. But if we take care of the Steelers, that's all I'm concerned about today.
Did the Ravens are also off today?
Right. Yeah. So they get a bye. They'll be prime for whoever they play next week. We have to get right back in the saddle come Monday morning after looking at the tape, depending on how we did. And, we're a good bounce back team. It's just a question of how well we survive this. How many injuries do they have? How many injuries do we have that will hamper us next week? I don't know if we have anybody really, really close that could come back next week if we don't have any more injuries. They moved up a couple of players that we are not familiar with from the practice squad, primarily on defense, a couple of defensive backs. There'll be maybe some names being thrown out there during the game that we say, well, where did he come from? Well, he came off the practice squad.
Yeah.
So, how long they stay or what, who knows. And again, the GMs will be busy on the phone come Monday morning looking for who they can steal off of somebody else's practice squad that could help their team. The interesting thing is you pull somebody off of somebody else's practice squad, you got to sign them to the active roster, the 53-man roster, for 2 weeks. So these are not decisions that are taken lightly by these GMs. If they're going to pluck somebody off of somebody's practice squad, they must really want them bad to make that kind of commitment.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure there's players out there. There's always diamonds in the rough. We got a great game out of Johnson last week, and we expect good things from him today in backing up Chubb, and Hunt. He gets a couple of weeks more to recover from his injury. He's a tough guy. I'm sure he'll want to be back, especially for those back-to-back games against Baltimore. That would be crucial to have him and have Johnson as our third back. So should be fun. Looking forward to it. And looking forward to meeting all the people at the tailgate and having a good time before the game.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been a long time in the coming. I mean, we haven't been here since I think like 1993.
Mm-hmm.
So, and first time in First Energy Stadium, obviously. So it's going to be a fun time for us there. We have good seats. We've got some friends up here that we're going to be hanging out with. So it's going to be a good time. Hopefully we get the victory. I'm pretty sure we will. I picked this game specifically because I thought it was going to be a hyper-relevant game and, not too deep into the season where the weather could be, brutal from a cold perspective or anything like that. But, just enough weather, just enough of fall that you can get the feeling, coming up here from Florida. But, relevant game. It turned out to be really important. Unfortunately, we got a bunch of guys that are injured, so we're not going to be able to see a couple of them. But, if we get Nick Chubb back, with Nick Chubb and Dearness Johnson, who kind of emerged last week as being a really effective third running back. I mean, it's crazy that we have a guy who can do what he did as a third running back, but it is what it is in the NFL. I mean, that position just happens to be next man up, and the running backs are so good in the NFL that, oftentimes you can just grab one, put him behind this offensive line and go, right?
Yeah, especially a guy who can cut back. We have two great ones in Chubb and Hunt because this line, they make a real strong move left or right. Everything clogs up because they're blocking, and then Chubb just cuts it back, with one little dance. And same with Hunt. And Johnson showed instances of the same thing last week, broke a couple of nice long runs. And so if you got that, rather than that just plow ahead type of runner, our guys cut back, find the hole, and they're quick to go through it. They don't hesitate, and their bursts are good. So it gets us into the secondary, and then it opens up the possibility of a really, really long running play. And if we can keep Ben off the field, that's another objective that we want to have, and give him less possessions.
Yep.
And let's hope we get in his face, we make him pass under duress, and we get a couple of deflections. We get a couple of turnovers, and let's hope the refs don't kill us this week, and they're fair, and they're they don't control the game and put it in their hands, and let the players play and let the outcome be the outcome.
A couple of shout outs: Troy Kozlowski, David Smith, Derek Jones. I saw Jason Stopar in here. I saw Nate, the next one up. Jonathan Schlegel's in the house as well. So everybody who happens to be here in chat, appreciate, love you guys. Thank you for being here. I can see that in the stadium they got they're testing the Fantron in there over the dog pound. So that's looking like they got that lit up. Yeah, it's getting closer and closer to game time. I'm going to be rocking the Chubb jersey, probably with some thermals underneath that, just so I can stay warm.
Mm-hmm.
Bring in the homage Browns jacket. We were getting a bunch of compliments on the street about the jackets and everything. Lots of Browns fans here. Browns fans in the airport on the flight with us.
Yeah, it's nice to
Great.
walk in an area from the airport through our Uber driver to the hotel and walking around in town that 90+% of the people are Browns fans with gear on, giving you a high five, giving you a fist pump, go Brownies, that type of thing. It's really a comfortable feeling as opposed to being in the camp of the enemy.
Yeah.
And you got to watch where you're going and who you are hanging with and how much alcohol and so forth. So it should be hopefully a fun game. I hope we get off to a good start. We don't fall behind early. We don't make mistakes. Hopefully they cleaned up the illegal procedures and illegal formations, which are just drive killers as well as dumb mistakes. I mean, those things, championship teams don't do that. And if we continue to do that, that means there's got to be a lot of cleanup, a lot of guys. Now, when you have that many people out and the first team hasn't gotten that many, or people on the second team to the first team haven't got that many reps, you got to expect that they're going to blow a play here or there. But with Baker back, he should be able to direct everybody to the right spot before the snap and go from there. And hopefully he's not on these 10-step drops where the pocket collapses and he gets crushed. You got to move him. And hopefully if he decides to run a little bit or step up in the pocket, he does it quickly and takes advantage of that situation as opposed to holding it, waiting, and then naturally disaster happens most of the time like that.
So, well, we got the Sabo apparel shirt giveaway going on right now, guys. So type in a number from 1 to 100 in the chat right now. You get one number. We'll do the drawing here in a second. For that, let me actually change my topic so we can see that we're on that. And we're good to go in the Sabo apparel. So everybody type in your number now, 1 to 100. We got to get a Sabo apparel. We went out to Cleveland Clothing Company. I wanted to go out to Sabo. Maybe next time we come into town. Sabo's a little bit further out. They're about 45 minutes out of town. And I don't have a car, so we would have had to take a long Uber trip to get out there. But I hope to stop by Sabo apparel as well. Those guys are very big fans of the friends of the show, and we have the bag from Cleveland Clothing Co. here as well. So we made the official trip there. Did not get a chance to go to GV, although I would have loved to have done that as well. Maybe next time again when we come in here. But Cleveland Clothing Co. is right down the street. It was just a couple blocks away. We took a trip over there. We had some beers at Great Lakes Brewing Co. and then Collision Bend Brewery. We had some dinner and some drinks there last night as well. So good stuff. We've had a great trip so far to Cleveland, and we're going to be about to get ready for the game. So the number was 25. So the official number was 25, and Jason Stopar was one number off from that. So congratulations, Jason.
There you go, Jason.
Jason, one of the original Brownie postgame supporters, comes through with the victory, the Sabo Apparel Victory T-shirt. So Jason, send me an email to browniepostgame@gmail.com with what shirt you'd like from Sabo and your size and your address, please. browniepostgame@gmail.com. Congratulations, Jason. All right, Dad, final thoughts now.
I don't know.
What are your final thoughts on what's going on?
Yeah, well, windy, but doable, playable, comfortable, good football weather.
Halloween.
It rained a little bit, as I said earlier, so it's going to be a little wet, but that helps us with our ground game. And, we're only a couple of blocks away, so really looking forward to it from start to finish, from tailgating all the way to the end of the game, especially if we win. Then we'll be back on later on this afternoon, and we'll be chatting it up and getting ready for Cincinnati one way or the other, but really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and for everybody for the post-game show, I know we usually go live right after the game. Obviously, we have to get out of the stadium, get all the way back here, which we're probably going to have to walk back here. So it's going to take us a little while. I think I set the post-game show at like 5:30. It's just going to be whenever we get here, after, tonight after the game, we get back to the hotels and everything like that. So just bear with us. I know when we come to these games, it's not the normal Brownie pregame, Brownie postgame stuff. But I appreciate you guys for being here and hanging out with us, getting us ready, getting us, getting the blood flowing here, the juices going for the pregame show.
Right.
I'm sure Mike. I just got a text from Mike. He said he had a wild night last night, so he wasn't sure if he's going to be able to hop on. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna get ready here in a second, and then probably head down to the tailgate spot, and then get into the stadium. I think we're gonna try to get in right as it opens at 11:30, right? And I had a bunch of people that were asking for these pins, so I'm gonna try to pick up a couple more. But again, like the risk with that is, do you want the pin if we lose?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a relevant pin if we lose the game?
We can pick up a bunch. Maybe we do it after the game, because then we know whether the pin is going to be all that relevant.
Exactly.
It could go up 10% just at the end of the game.
If we win this game, this pin is going to be highly sought after, even if they have any left.
Right.
You know what we could do? We could go pregame show, buy like 5 pins, right? And then if we lose the game, we'll just return them.
Yeah, we could do
We'll
that.
just go down like, actually, we changed our mind. We want to return them. Unless they say all sales are fine.
Final, yeah.
But
you could get rid of 5 of them anyway. But
I'm sure just standing outside, if they sell out, standing outside just to
yeah, it should be a pretty good crowd trying to get in that pro shop. So hopefully and if they win, the place will be packed, on the exit, because people want to pick up the souvenirs and whatnot. If we lose the game, people will be kind of down, and there may not be as many people in the pro shop as normal. But it's all up in the air at this point, and we'll know, at 4:00 whether we're happy or whether we're sad.
That's absolutely true. So, all right, guys, thank you very much for being here with us.
Thanks, guys. Go Brownies.
Yes, go Browns, and we will see you. We will see you today at later this afternoon. Hopefully, when the Browns are winning the game, have won the game, we'll be celebrating in Cleveland with all of our people,
Right.
and we'll go from there. So we'll see you guys soon. Go Browns.
Go Brownies.